that's like a big, some people, I heard recently people on the other jump program that does a lot of basketball stuff, I'll call it TJF. They have been commenting that we only chase numbers and we only focus on that sort of thing. And I'm like,
Or
dude,
chasing
we do
weight room
so
numbers. I was like, what other numbers are we after other than numbers?
Well, no. Yeah. Just like power clean and back squat. And I'm like, yeah, there's some truth to that. That's not the only thing we do. Otherwise I wouldn't do anything else. Like I wouldn't do
It's a bit unfair to say when you've got so many 50-inch jumpers.
Yeah. That's also the other part is like, I think the proof's in the pudding, you know, like we're looking at the data
they probably
here.
just look at the content and see that that's a reflection of what you're actually doing.
Yeah, well, exactly. Right. Like if you're only seeing the highlights, you're going to see the stuff that people can have a point of reference to, right? Like you're probably not looking at my single leg RDL and saying, oh, wow, that's really good. Or you're probably not looking at my 70-meter sprint time and being like, wow, he like works on that. Or my RSI. Like there's a lot of other metrics we measure, but we don't necessarily put them out there that often. And then the other piece of it too is like dunking is now this very unique skill where it is just that. And doing it once a week to get better at that skill is really important. So you don't really have the luxury of doing plyos and a lot of other stuff because it'll take away from the thing you're ultimately trying to get better at. That's like being like, I want to be a great sprint swimmer, but you never sprint in the pool, right? Like you're going to suck at swimming because you never get in a pool and sprint. You never swim. And you're limited in how much you can jump because the forces are just violent to the body, but you can't. So the most you can do it is once a week, you know, maybe twice in some cases. Some people can do it more, but they usually pay the price. There's a
good jumpers, good dunkers, 2 times a week max. If you're going for it,
generally, yeah. Oh, wow. Like I would say the higher the output, the less they can jump. Like once guys pass, there's like 2 big things. One is body weight, and 2 is your vertical. So and age. 3 is age and your injury history. So like if you're really heavy, you have crazy high forces, and you're older, you're Zion. You get hurt. You can't make it through a 56 game season.
Yeah.
You can't do anything, right? Like you're always hurt. You cannot dunk frequently. Your outputs are way too high for the structures. And so your frequency has to go down. Oh, it's unbelievable, dude. Like, I mean, it's insane.
That though with Zion, like, is it telling him to lose weight? Like, what is it?
I think I posted this in 2019. Paul had posted something that said like, oh, Zion doesn't need to lose weight. You know, this is the way his body just is. This is the way he's built. And I was like, I'm from the world of track where we don't give a fuck about what you think and what the world is. It's like physics, you know, kinetics and kinematics. And I was like, dude is fat. Dude is so fat. He's so very fat. And when I say fat, I'm saying fat for an athlete. Yeah. I'm saying fat for someone who has a 48-inch vertical.
You see it in his face. 46. Like, and it's insane.
Dude, everywhere, man. His body comp is trash. He doesn't care. I think it's more apparent now. He doesn't care. Like when you get these hyper talented guys, it's more apparent now than ever when you look at what the organization has said about him and some of the contract stuff they've put in there. Like he doesn't care, dude. He doesn't care. He cares enough to change when it gets bad enough, but like until it gets bad enough, it's like too far, too late, you know. And he just doesn't have great. How many different dietitians, trainers, whatever have they fired, and like strength coaches and stuff? It's like a ton, dude. They just cycle through them like every year. And
wow,
what's that? Yeah, well, don't quote me on that. You'd have to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure they've cycled through quite a few trying to figure out what to do with him.
Him cycling Anavar and Ozempic.
He probably is on Ozempic. He probably is on Ozempic. Like dead ass, he's probably on Ozempic.
If you want to learn more about the general physical preparation training philosophy, we put together an extremely practical course covering all the different aspects of physical preparation, as well as a unit on programming, so you know how to tie it all together and produce the same world-class results that we get with our athletes. We've got pre-recorded lectures, a community page where you can ask questions and interact with the other GPP coaches, as well as monthly calls where you can ask questions live or just catch up and hang out with us. Check out the link in the show notes